Alright, so I'm back here on the Parker today. It's the afternoon, so I don't have much time to work on the boat today, but I just want to finish up what I was doing yesterday, try to get the screens to where they fit pretty good. That way I can get those mounted. I just need to shave some more out of these edges and this hole here. Once I do that, then I can mount my screens and then mount the trim tab controls, get the steering wheel put back on, and then start wiring everything up. So let's get started. Alright, so the RotoZip made quick work of getting that hole made just a little bit bigger so that way we could get our trim tab controls mounted. I wanted to have it up here so that way you could see, you know, with the indicators on this switch in particular, it tells you what position they're in. So instead of having them down here and having to look and see where you're at, you can see just looking straight down. So now I'm just going to move on to making this hole a little bit bigger and should be able to mount the screens. Alright, so I just got the screens test fitted here. I got one screw on each corner. It was kind of hard to try to get them level because, as you can see, the dash kind of has a curve to it, so it looks further from here than here, but the screens themselves are actually straight as far as what I can see. So I think it looks pretty good. Just need to add the other two screws and get the bezels put on them, and they'll be good to go. Sweet. So a little change of scenery here. Got the boat back at the house. Kind of got to a stopping point with the electronics. So brought it back over here and took it off the trailer. Got it blocked up. Actually pressure washed the bottom today, so we can go ahead and get it ready for bottom paint. There's a couple spots right here where the gel coat came up, but overall bottom's in pretty good shape. Just gotta fill those in and put it back on the trailer. And then there's a couple things that we gotta finish up, and then we'll start cleaning her up, getting her ready to go in the water and break in. I'll show you guys what I ended up finishing the other day inside. Got everything powered up, all the screens working, the VHF working, all that stuff's looking pretty good. But I'll give you guys a quick look and then we'll continue working on her. So back here on the bracket where your wire comes over for your jack plate, I put this cool cable seal right here that goes into the bracket, and that way it can go into the boat inside, just like your rigging and your hydraulics here. So I thought that looked pretty cool. It matches the Dometic fitting that I have for the steering, so that's pretty neat. That just allows you to be able to walk behind here if you want to, you know, getting on and off the boat. Over here on the port side we have the ladder mount, so you can hook the ladder up to get on and off. We also got our Airmar transducer. This one in particular is a B60. That's a 12-degree unit, so just mounted here in the bilge. We got the rocket launcher mounted as well as the horn there. That horn is actually the original horn that I had before the project started. I figured I'd just go ahead and throw it back on there, at least for now. It works, so we're gonna rock it for a little bit. Same with the rocket launcher. It could use a polishing, but other than that, it looks pretty good. But let's step inside here. You can see I brought my seat in. Still have to get a block glass in place for the base down there. You can see it's on a sliding pedestal, so, or it's also a shock too, so should help with the ride on this thing. I think it turned out pretty good. That's probably about where it's gonna sit. You know, I can move it forward and back from there, but I think it looks pretty good. You can kind of see about here is where the cabin stopped before, where those chases ended. So this is probably about how much more room we have. I mean, I can walk behind there and I'll have plenty of room to store stuff or whatever I want to do behind there. That really helps out. So same with, underneath. There's just so much storage around, or just to be able to walk around and, have fenders back there or whatever I need to put. But here's the console all finished up. Jake at Low Tide Boatworks helped me out with this switch here. I kind of had to modify it to get it to work. You'll see here in a short video, he helped me machine out some of the holes and get this specific helm. So big thanks to him for helping me out with that. That turned out pretty good, I think. Then you got the screens mounted in. We'll get those powered on and show you what they look like. The ScanStrat wireless magnetic phone charger and the Lenco trim tab controls, as well as the Suzuki digital gauge. Let's give you a quick look. On the side there you can see the Garmin VHF that we mounted. I'll give you a quick look in the console. I might change up the way that everything is routed in here, but as you can see right when you look in here, you have your fuse block. So everything will run into this to get power, and it'll either go directly to the unit or whatever the device is, or it'll go to a switch panel that's going to be mounted right underneath the MFDs here. Whatever needed to just be wired straight up is already wired in. My VHFs and my MFDs, they don't have the auto on right now, so that way I can just have them wired straight up, turn them on when I want to. Then you can see it's kind of a mess over here. I still need to clean it up a little bit. I ran my pink and black for my fuel tank. I just need to get that hooked up and then programmed for the Suzuki gauge to read fuel. But I think it turned out pretty good. Everything inside here is a little light. I put quick connects on so I could just plug it in if I want to have some light when I'm working in here. This was the original switch panel that I had kind of made up. I just bought a blank from New Wire Marine with all the switch covers and switches, but I'm actually going to go with a 10 inline switch panel. So it'll be 10 switches straight across in an up and down configuration rather than a horizontal view like this. In this box I have a bunch of parts still. I got to get my bilge pumps mounted in the bilge and my trim tabs mounted. So Andrew at Moorhead Marine Services is going to help me install those trim tabs. They have a jig over there where you can find the correct angle. So as soon as we get that, we'll get started on that. I was messing around with these windows. You guys have probably already noticed, this window right here just looks horrible with this old tint that's on there, but all the windows kind of have this same setup where you can just take this rubber out and they're caulked in place on the inside, and you can kind of push it out this way. So I think what I might do is just take the windows out, or the glass, and then clean up the glass as best as I can, clean up the frames, and try to paint the aluminum frames that go around just for the time being until I can, get the windows replaced. I think that'll be good enough, but that's the idea with that. We're still waiting on rod holders and one more cleat that's gonna go here, but I'll give you what a glimpse at the other side to see that's what it's gonna look like. So we got the nice Gym Lux pop-up cleats going in, so that'll be nice. Just need one more. I'm pretty beat after this afternoon pressure washing the bottom, so I think I'm just gonna take the rest of the day and try to peel some of this paint off of the aluminum frames for the windows. It got left on there, so I just need to kind of peel that off and see if I can't get that to look a little bit better. Something easy to do this afternoon. But I think that's gonna be it for this video. So we'll check back in with another part when we get a little bit closer to finishing up. It's coming together pretty good. So thanks for watching, and we'll keep you updated.